When I was young, my father said, and you have to learn to connect with different type of people. People all around you will be very different. You have to learn to connect. And what he told me, I'll never forget until my dying day. Dear Toastmasters, our guest, a very good evening. We are all different from one another. I am different from Christo. Christo is different from Colin. And I thought to myself, and I looked at this project, in what way can I connect to so many different people? And then that innate thing which you have, that skill inside you, came out and told me, oh, and it's simple. Just tell a story. A story connects you to anybody. Then I went one step further and thought, why not tell a story about my life and the lessons I've learned? Lesson number 1, connect with people through language. Now permit me to move from India to Africa. My father was born in Zanzibar, and he was staying in Mombasa. From Africa, he came to Goa. There he met my mom, married her, and of course took her back to Africa, where eventually I was born. That's not important part of the story. Now what is important is that my dad knew English and Swahili. And my mom, she knew English, Konkani and Portuguese. Now, you don't have to be a mathematical genius to guess what is the common factor here. English. We grew up in English background. And then, when we were this small, my brother and I were taken to Goa, dumped in boarding schools in Goa. And of course, you know what it is like in Fatima Convent, only talk English. And my friend circle was all English. So I grew up with that English. Then I met this handsome guy, Christo. We got married. Now the common language between us was only English. Let me explain to you, he's a master in Konkani. He writes Konkani poems in the Devanagari script, and I can even post in the group. I've taken 2 of his videos in Devanagari script of his poem. Okay, having said that, my sons grew up like that. And my sons complained to me, Mom, you made one mistake. Children, they always will tell you some mistakes of yours. That's innate in them. So I said, okay, what mistake I made, my sons? Mom, if you were to teach us Konkani, we would not have problems with a friend circle. Some people don't accept us in their friend circle. We shifted from Raya to Fatorda, and I was so happy. There were so many Hindus around. I said, my sons, you have an opportunity to learn Konkani. They go to play and they come and tell me, Mom, you know what those boys said? That their parents told them, learn English from Stephen and Ralph. This was terrible for me. So, if I could just put that clock back, maybe I might have done things differently. Now let's move on to lesson number 2. Property does not allow you to grow. Now, we were in Mombasa. My dad's best friend, a good English friend, English white man, called Charles, invited him to UK for a good job. What Mom said, no, we have to go back to Goa because we have lots of property in Goa. So eventually when she came back to Goa, what does she discover? That the 26,000 square meters at Dabli Airport, just a wire netting separating our property from Dabli Airport has been acquired for 20 paisa per square meter by the government, and whatever we had saved was gone into that fighting the case. I advise my clients, please try and mediate. My sons call me the free law advocate who gives free advice. Please mediate. I had one friend a client called Oscar from Olim, and he had large tracts of land, and his son was married in Dubai, his daughter was married in Pune, and they are old people, he and his wife, and he had 7 tenants in that property. I said, Oscar, don't you think, God forbid, anything happens to you, will your son and daughter come? No, they won't. But I said, wouldn't it be wise to make 7 plots, 300, make a road, so that everything is solved? He did not listen to me. He wanted to continue. So with that being said, let's go back to Cliff Richard and my daddy. When I was young, my father said, and you have to learn to connect with people. That's the only way, and you have that innate ability to do so. So please do it. And these words my father knows that I listen to him. And with that, I hand over to Toastmaster of the Day,